The new 2026 Alfa Romeo Tonale Sport Speciale is here in Grigio Ascari paint, new front fascia, new wheels, new interiors, and different powertrain for this model year. Let's check this thing out, see what it's all about, and see why this Tonale refresh could very well save the Alfa Romeo brand. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video where we have our second new refreshed, or restyled, shall I say, 2026 Alfa Romeo Tonale. Now, this is not a full facelift. We have the Sport Speciale trim that is showing us some new design elements when it comes to the new front fascia, different wheel designs, different interior, and change up when it comes to the power plant. So, since we have our second one on the channel, I want to go over some things, but also check out the specific spec and say that this could very well save the Alfa Romeo brand. I'll elaborate in just a moment, but with that said, let's check this thing out here at Alfa Romeo Central Florida and see what it's all about. Now, as always, big shout out to Alfa Romeo Central Florida for letting me take a spin around this Sport Speciale Tonale. Now, if you guys want this model or any other model that they have here in their lineup, make sure you guys check the link in the description for the website link and phone number. You guys can check out their inventory, give them a call, and get these beautiful cars off of this pavement and in your garage today. Now, what does it mean to have a Sport Speciale Tonale? The first trim levels arriving here to the United States. Well, this is going to be the highest spectrum levels here in the United States, and you guys will get things like modern 3-hole design wheels, which are 20 inches, gloss black brake calipers. You also get silver accents on the rear bumper and on the side skirts, with other contrasting things like the black roof option, which we have here today. And in the interior, black and pearl perforated Alcantara trim seating and signature ambient lighting. That's going to be your big changes when it comes to the Sport Speciale trims standard. Now, when it comes to power and performance, we have a big change when it comes to the Tonale for the 2026 model year. Because here in North America, well, the plug-in hybrid version has been dropped, focusing on the 2-liter turbocharged engine that we have here in front of us today. Now, we also have things like our standard frequency selective dampers and a 13.61 steering ratio for improved driving dynamics. And with this 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine, we're looking at 268 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, paired up with Q4 all-wheel drive and a 9-speed automatic transmission, we're looking at a 0 to 60 time between 6 and 6.5 seconds, and we're looking at a top speed of around 140 miles per hour. Now, when we mention dimensions for the Tonale Sport Speciale, we have an overall wheelbase of 103.8 inches. Now, our length, that's 178 inches. Our width, 72.5 inches on the body and 82 inches even with the mirrors. You also have a height of 63 inches and a ground clearance of around 5.6 inches with a curb weight of around 3,715 pounds. So now the big topic at hand. How is this restyled car going to save the Alfa Romeo brand? I mean, this car has already been out for 3 years. What is a little restyle going to do? Well, keep in mind that Alfa Romeo here in the United States, or the North American market really is what I'm referring to as, well, we've had lackluster sales and we've had a lack of new products. You know, overseas, we got the Junior and the Alfa Romeo lineup, and it has done great numbers for Alfa Romeo, but it has not made it here over the pond. You have the return of the Quadrifoglio over the pond, and they should be starting up sales in April, where that was discontinued here in 2024 in North America, and the Quadrifoglio high output variants of the Giulia and Stelvio, well, they are no longer a thing here in the United States. And then you have the special edition, Luna Rossa edition, which is great, but only 10 being made. There's not really much to go around when it comes to the market here in North America. So with the Tonale here, this is excitement. I know it's a small thing to get excited about, but this breathes new life into the Alfa Romeo lineup. Keep in mind that the Alfa Romeo Tonale's cousin, the Hornet, has been discontinued. Tariffs, low sales, whatever it may be, it is no longer a competitor, a cheaper competitor to the Tonale. So really, all the focus and eyes and attention are on this model here today. So we have to talk about it, because if this does well, I can imagine that Alfa Romeo will be bringing the Giulia and Stelvio back here to the United States, and maybe other models will materialize from the success of what the Tonale does, bringing the success of the Giulia and Stelvio and bringing more models here to the States. So let's talk about it here, because what we have is our Grigio Ascari. So it's basically the same Grigio paint that you guys know and love with the metallic flake, all right, looking beautiful in the Florida sun per usual. Now, we have the 3+3 LED lights, which we've had on the Tonale since its debut, and they look brilliant. We'll have those illuminated very shortly for you guys. But then we get to what is new. The Scudetto Trilobo right up front. Monochrome center cap, all right. We're doing monochrome now for Alfa Romeo, looking beautiful. Our camera system here, gloss black throughout with the horizontal functional grille, looking really cool with that 3D effect. And then you get the honeycomb grille on the side with the black stripe through there as well. And it ties so well into the headlighting units, taking inspiration from previous Alfa Romeo models, making this more Italian when it comes to the design, kind of straying away from its French heritage that we had in the previous model year Tonales. Now you guys will also see we have the functional feed-through here in the front bumper, again taking from the GTA models. And then you guys will come down where we have our radar sensors down here. We have a functional grille with those rectangle slats and integrated sensors there as well. And then we come over here to the Fox grille with the integrated sensors. And then we have the functional feed-through right here with the side air inlays that come all the way up and give it a sporty design element right there as well. It just looks so cool with the front done in gloss black, the nice kind of claw-like look when it comes to the Grigio Ascari bumpers, and then you bring it all together. Again, this looks phenomenal when it comes to the Tonale. So much more road presence, those tweaks, giving it more heritage, more style. I mean, it makes it more Italian and it's more exotic in that aspect, and I definitely think that this one is going to be a looker for the 2026 model year. Now, the side profile with its changes gets even more Italian in a couple of ways. First, we start off with what you're going to get on the Sport Speciale is the 20-inch diamond cut matte Miron wheels with the monochrome center cap to match up front. You also will see the black calipers for the Sport Speciale trim, gloss black with the white script there as well. And of course, we have the Michelins on it to keep it lower to the ground. Now you will also see gloss black when it comes to the front, the wheel well, and all the way down to the side skirt with that aluminum trim insert there as well, part of our Sport Speciale with, of course, on the fender, the Sport Speciale badging, letting you guys know we got something special, right? Now, of course, more Italian, we get with the gloss black window moldings. We'll get to that in just a moment. Gloss black mirror caps, we have the Italian flag integrated in to go along with the turn indicator there as well. We have Grigio Ascari when it comes to the door handles, and then gloss black when it comes to the window moldings and B-pillar and the C-pillar here as well. We do have the panel roof up top, letting in that natural light, and then gloss black on the shark fin antenna, gloss black on the spoiler, and gloss black on the side blades. Bringing it all together, the side profile of the Sport Speciale. What are you guys thinking about the changes when it comes to this overall restyle? So when it comes to the rear profile of the Tonale Sport Speciale, well, not as much excitement. Still looks great, right? But there's not really been any changes that are noticeable here. So I can point out a couple, but coming off the street, you wouldn't notice. All right, so first things first, we have our integrated third brake light right there in the black spoiler. And then we come down to our LED light bar with the 3+3 setup, just like up front. You guys will see that illuminated very shortly. Now, this time around, monochrome center cap. Looks good, right? Matches the front, matches the wheel caps. It's all, symmetry, right? Looks good, just monochrome, especially against this Vesuvio paint. Sorry, Ascari gray paint. I forgot, I'm getting them mixed up with the Giulia. Now, with that said, the Tonale script, done in black as well. Looks good with that cursive kind of like script. I do like that, and really, that's your two biggest changes here. We get the same setup when it comes to the lower half being done in gloss black. Our reflectors there as well, integrated sensors throughout the bumper, and our Fox exhaust cutout. I would have loved to see some exhaust pipes come through there when it comes to this Sport Speciale trim to make it even more special, all right, to get the actual exhaust coming through there and not pointing down further in. We also have the rear diffuser done with that aluminum accent, again, part of that Sport Speciale trim. So really, what you're looking at is the badging and script there, and everything else has really stayed the same when it comes to this model. In the rear, still looks good, just wanted a little bit more excitement. And when it comes to cargo space, we start off with 27 cubic feet. And then we have a 60-40 split with a center feed through. That's gonna take us up to 54.7 cubic feet of space in the rear of the Tonale with those seats folded down. Now you will also see we do have Our nice cargo cover here that's easily removed. We also have our lights inside on both sides to help illuminate everything with a 12-volt DC there as well. And there's some extra storage underneath the false floor here as well, extra compartments, a couple other things down there. Nice floating shelf. If you go all the way up, these little tabs will catch it. All good stuff when it comes to the Tonale and its practicality. What do you guys think about overall space? Now when it comes to fuel economy, we're looking at 24, 21, 29. That means 24 combined city and highway, 21 for the city, 29 for the highway, and regular fuel can go inside of the Sport Speciale. Now, as promised, when it comes to illumination, we have those beautiful 3+3 LED lights looking awesome. You guys will see the switchback turn indicators between bright white and amber. High beams and low beams there as well. And then we have the amber reflector on the side there too. You know, America, we gotta have the amber reflectors. Amber when it comes to the turn indicator on the black house mirror cap. And then come to the rear. We have the red reflector there, turn indicators there, and the LED light bar with the 3+3 setup. Looking stunning. What do you guys think when it comes to the illumination on a Tonale? Now we are inside of the new Tonale's interior with 41.7 inches of legroom and new black and pearl Alcantara and leather interior. Check it out. Alcantara throughout the seats, the pearl underlay, the pearl sides, the stitching there as well. Looks so good. And you guys will also see we have the Alfa Romeo insignia and the pearl stitching on the headrest. How awesome is this setup? Biggest thing you'll notice about the interior change are these seats, and then the dash go with the rest of the moniker here. So let's just get that out of the way. That's the biggest change here. We're talking about also a little bit on the door cards here. Okay, so first things first, we have that injection molded plastic up top, soft touch. All right, the pattern dark gray bezel with the aluminum trim on the door handle. And then we have the Grigio soft touch door cards and armrest, but you also have the pearl stitching there too. So that pearl stitching comes in. We did option out the Harman Kardon speakers when it comes to the sound system. So you see that done in aluminum, and you'll see the other speaker grill here with your window controls and mirror controls here, and also your cup holder right there. Now the aluminum side sill done with the Alfa Romeo script, looks beautiful there. And then we have the pedals down there as well, done with the aluminum and the black rubber trim. And then let's hop inside because this interior looks beautiful, but it is a lot of what we're used to when it comes to the Tonale. So I don't want you to think that a lot has changed here besides the seating, the dash elements, and a little bit of the door paneling, which are all great things. But if you know the Tonale when it comes to a functional standpoint from before, you're gonna know it this year as well, because remember, this is not a facelift, but a restyle. So what we're talking about is a flat bottom steering wheel, Alfa Romeo insignia done in that monochrome, 3-spoke design, manual adjust telescopic steering wheel so we can move it and adjust it however we like it. We have our engine start-stop button right there, all right, on the steering wheel, you know, trait of Alfa Romeo, with the aluminum column-mounted paddle shifters there, so you always know where they are when you're doing your shifting. We also have our lane keep assist when it comes to our stalk here with high beam light controls, and we have our wipers when it comes to our windshield right back there behind those paddle shifters. Now when it comes to the overall button layout here, well, on the left-hand side, you have your driver assistance controls, all right? And then on the right-hand side, you have controls that are for your radio and for your phone, and also something else we're gonna have to talk about in just a moment because we also have a menu view button right here that I want to wait to get to. So, digital instrument cluster, as you guys will see here. Press this button and it's gonna illuminate the center. Use the scroller here and you're gonna change between things like your active driving assist, things like your mileage and your, oops, sorry, I pressed the navigation there on accident. But you have that there as well, speedometer, all right, your alerts, all that. So you can scroll between that there, right? Now, you can see one specific menu view here. There are 3. If I press this, that says menu view, that's gonna change how this looks. So you can see the dial went away, now we bring back that dial, all that kind of stuff. So if I push the brake, now you'll see it in full. All right, so you see the different ways that this changes between the 3 different views. And I really like the classic dials like that, so I normally like to keep it there. Now, up top, you will see the soft touch when it comes to that injection molded plastic, dark trim on the A-pillar and headliner there. Also have the turbine vents as we know and love them, all right? We have that kind of aluminum pattern trim right there between the speedos and the HVAC vents there as well. And then you will see we do bring back Alcantara on the dash with the diamond stitching, or diamond pearl stitching. And then you will also see we do have our low beam light controls there as well. You guys can kind of see them down here in the dark. All right, with our trunk release down there as well. Now, coming over, you guys know this system, 10.25-inch screen. This is the Alfa Romeo system in a, well, I wouldn't say Alfa Romeo system, but it is a Alfa Romeo based Uconnect 5 system. So you guys know this in Stellantis models. So this is obviously tailored to this car a little bit, but you guys know this very well. They've been in Stellantis models since 2021. So you're gonna get the same graphical user interface, the same responsiveness, the same user friendliness. Now, as you guys can see, that's the Alfa Romeo insignia right there, and it brings up things for this car, like the ambient lighting, as you guys can see there. And go back, surround view camera, so that pops up there as well. So again, this is tailored to this system when it comes to the button there, and you can see that's also in Italian. So there you go. Now, with that said, you will also see we do have that kind of aluminum finish. It goes all the way across with the Alcantara and the pearl stitching and the Tonale badging right there as well, and that black script that you see on the back of the car. You also see our glove box here, kind of Benz style when it comes to the glove box, and then the HVAC vents here, gloss black with the aluminum center. We also have our physical controls here for our HVAC dual zone climate controls there. All right, and then you will also see down here we have our wireless phone charging pad. Let's see if we can kind of get that illuminated. It's dark back there. There we go, it's focused in. It has the Serpent down there with the USB-C and USB-A plugins. Looking really cool. All right. You'll also see we do have our drive mode selector. You know this for Alfa Romeos very well, right? So the DNA drive mode selector between A, advanced efficiency, everyday driving, keeping it cool, you know, kind of cruise control, you know, highway driving, things like that. Natural, that's going to be bumper to bumper traffic. That's going to be stop and go. That's going to be the traffic you hate the most. But this will give you a good enough throttle response to get you in and out of traffic without going balls to the wall. If you want to go balls to the wall, you use dynamic mode. Dynamic mode is your most aggressive mode, giving you the most throttle response and everything the car has to offer. And then when you're in dynamic mode, the dampers, the dampers for the suspension, you can soften them, active, and you can also do your traction off button by holding up and turn off the traction here on the Tonale. You can't do that on the Giulia and Stelvio. You don't have an individual traction control. So, hey, there's one kind of bragging right there. Now, we do have our 2-track system when it comes to our gear selector here. Nice leather wrap stitching with the leather boot there, gloss black and aluminum trim. So we go back to drive, but we also can come over to the left for manual shifting. Now, you can obviously go in neutral by just pushing up, clicking up, and you're in reverse. Bring up the backup camera that we saw earlier. And then we're in park with the electric parking brake here. The volume controls, quick controls for the radio. We do have our Italian flag right there, which is nice with our parking sensors there. And then right here in the central tunnel with that nice dark trim when it comes to that textured pattern, we do have our cup holders there too. And then we have the nice Alcantara armrest there with the pearl stitching. Whoop, lift that up. And you guys can probably see down there, but yeah, it's kind of deep down there. Now, rearview mirror. Up top, we have our controls for our manual power adjust sunshade and glass roof with our dome light, SOS, floodlights, trunk release, everything there. And then you will also see we do have our garage door openers, all right, when it comes to that, right there in the visor. We do have a mirror and light on both the driver and passenger side. This is the Sport Speciale. What do you guys think? The interior changes are much needed, much refreshed when it comes to, you know, a lot of things that you will use because you're sitting in the seats, and you guys get the viewable of the dash and everything here, and a little bit on the doors as well. It's very welcome refresh. I think it gives new life to the Tonale, and I definitely think people are going to be excited to get into one of these things and really experience what it's like to have an Alfa Romeo. Now, in the rear of the Tonale, we get 38 cubic feet of leg room, and as you guys can see, plenty of knee wiggle room here. Same black and pearl interior, and you will see that on the back of the rest here, where you guys will see it on the driver and passenger side with that Alcantara premium look with the pearl stitching. I love it because it reminds me of like the quadrifoglio seats, where the quadrifoglio seats were great up front with those Sparkle Racing seats, and then it was even better in the back because the rear passengers got to look at carbon fiber, so that was nice. You also have stowage on the back side of the driver's side and also here on the passenger side. You'll also see we do have our central tunnel here with our vertical vents, USB-A and USB-C plugins when it comes to charging right there. The seating here, as you would expect, same black and pearl with the stitching, with the Alcantara surfaces, the underlay done in pearl, looking absolutely stunning with those pearl accents even on the side. And you have it on the pull strap of the center console for the armrest with the cup holders integrated in right there as well. LED dome light right up top. We're letting in the natural light right here. And then you guys will see we have our beautiful materials when it comes to our door paneling here. So you guys will see the soft touch up top in black, that nice pattern bezel, aluminum door handle, which is covered up. Soft touches when it comes to the Grigio door cards and armrests, and the white stitching there as well, or pearl stitching, should I say, pearl stitching. And then your door pull here, this actually has a grip inside. You have window control, speaker grill, cup holder there as well. Pull it together. Not a bad look when it comes to the rear of the new Tonale. So now let's break down the sticker of this 2026 Tonale Sport Speciale all-wheel drive, because we start life at $41,495. After our additional options and our tariff-infused $3,250 destination charge, we're looking at a total price of $49,385 with a 4-year, 50,000-mile basic warranty, 4 years, 50,000 miles for the powertrain, and 8-year or 100,000 miles on the hybrid system and battery voltage system. With that said, you guys will see we do have the Grigio Ascari metallic exterior paint at $695 that helped us get there. Also, the active assist package is $1,250 with auto dimming rear exterior mirrors, the active driving assist system, surround view camera, park sense for the front, rear, side park assist, and also you have the power moonroof at $1,500, the black roof at $95, Harman Kardon premium audio $750, and a dual mode active suspension at $350. Those are your additional options. Everything else you saw here on the Sport Speciale trim comes standard. Make sure you guys pause, zoom in, screenshot, all the good stuff you need to do to see everything that comes standard on this top trim level of the Tonale for 2026. All right, make sure you guys know it all. Now, if you guys need a little bit more on it, make sure you guys check the link in the description for Alfa Romeo Central Florida's website link, where they have the full sticker breakdown there as well. So with that said, what are we thinking about this Grigio Ascari Sport Speciale? So at $49,385, what do you guys feel about this Tonale in this Sport Speciale spec in this Grigio Ascari paint? Do you guys like the stealthy look over the bright, loud colors? I want to know down in the comments below. Now, if you guys did enjoy the video today, well, of course, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, but also make sure you guys check the links down in the description below for Alfa Romeo Central Florida's website link. Their phone number is there. You guys can check out their inventory, give them a call, all right, and get these cars off of this lot and out there in the streets where they belong today. Make sure you guys also subscribe to the channel, but click the notification bell so you don't miss one video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.